Hi there, this is Mark Sorrell, and it's Friday, August 3rd, and I wanted to give you an update on your options for your investments with the recent changes and limits on your ability as an American in parts of the European Union to buy US-based ETFs on Interactive Brokers. So as a reminder to what your options are at this point, IB, you can keep your funds with IB. That's not a problem at all. Your investments will not be changed, your current investments, whatever you happen to have. However, at this point, you simply can't buy any more US-based ETFs. So unfortunately, if you want to do that on a regular basis or on a go-forward basis, it's not an option with IB. And I don't know if there's going to be a solution in the short run or even the mid-run. So I'm going to suggest that you consider the two other options that I'm going to go through here in just a moment. The first one is to go to Schwab UK and open up a brokerage account with them. Schwab UK is limited to certain countries that I'm going to go through in just a moment, and you need to have a minimum of $25,000 to get an account open. And that $25,000 can either be in the form of cash that you send in, or if you do transfer money from your IB account, that would count as well. But you need to have $25,000 US to get your account going. Here's an email that I got from Andrew Lee with Schwab out of the UK, and it lists the countries that Schwab UK will accept a client from: Belgium, Germany, these are the countries in the European area; Spain, Switzerland, which is actually not part of the European Union; Austria, France, Ireland, Italy, and Netherlands, and Sweden. So you can set up an account with Schwab out of the UK if you live in one of those countries. If you don't, Schwab out of the UK is not an option. Here's a little bit more information from Andrew that I got from him on July 26th, and it's how applications actually process. And his message is that if you are in a country in Europe other than these countries right here, UK, Switzerland, Ireland, Italy, Sweden, and Austria, and France, and the Netherlands, if you're not in one of those countries, for example, if you're in Germany or Spain, it's fine. You can fill out a Schwab application, but it will actually go back to the US, and their office will open it there. Also, I do want to emphasize that Schwab is very inexpensive. You can hold Vanguard ETFs right on their platform. You can transfer funds in at no charge. And their only cost per commission is basically $5 if you buy non-Schwab ETFs. If you buy Schwab ETFs, which are great, there's no cost at all. So Schwab UK is a very good option for folks on a low-cost perspective. If you do want to do a Schwab UK account, it currently is an application. You don't do it online. I have a copy of it, and I can send it to you. I'll also show you the page where you get it. It's relatively straightforward, not all that complicated. An important point I do want to make about a Schwab UK app, though, and this could be a challenge for you, is there's only two ways that you can provide a verification of your residential address. It's either this one, a recent financial or bank statement that has your address, or an original or copy of a utility bill. Those are the only two things that they'll accept. You don't need both of them. You just need one of them. And if you do want to fill out a Schwab UK application, I have a small tip sheet here that I'll send to you as well. And I'm back here on the Schwab UK website with how to open up an account. It has the applications here, the step-by-step process, and you can complete the application and send it directly into Andrew Lee, and he'll process it for you. So the third option is the old option of Vanguard right here in the US. You can go to Vanguard.com and you can easily open an account. That's quite simple to do. There's only two things you're going to have to do when you open up this account. You'll do an individual account or a joint account. You're going to have to use a US address, which you can probably come up with a family member or some other address. But what tends to hold people up is indicating your employment status. So you're going to have to answer that question in a way that Vanguard will accept. Typically one of three ways. You're either unemployed, or you're self-employed, or you're retired. So you just have to answer that in the most correct way. If you do happen to work for an employer that has a U.S. office, you could actually list that employer or school and use their U.S. office. But Vanguard would clearly be the lowest cost, would clearly be the simplest to do. but you just have to get around that point. So for some of you that are in the UK or in Europe, that are in Poland maybe, or the Czech Republic, this is going to be your only option if you want to save money going forward. So there's an updated video. Again, you can stay with IB for now, but I think you're going to have to look for another alternative. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions or if you want to any help in moving forward with any of these options. Thank you.